Photo, oh gosh.
Okay, it is 5 o'clock, March 11th, 2025. I'll call this regular town board meeting of the town of LaPointe to order. Roll call, Mike Anderson.
Here.
Amy Baxter.
Here.
Susan Brenna.
Here.
Samantha Dobson.
Here via Zoom.
Thank you. And Glenn Carlson here. Also, we have our town clerk, our town administrator, and our public works director with us. Is there any public comment? I have a couple things. One is, I know we've had this tradition or rule of getting agenda items to us by Friday at noon for us to talk about at the next meeting. And it's slipped a bit over the last several months. But we really want to get people back to that practice. So
So you got a little time to look at it.
yeah. So no last minute, unless it's an emergency. The other thing is, I've been talking with our building inspector, James Price, and have invited him to come up and have a workshop session with the town board on Monday, April 21st. Haven't set the exact time yet, but I'm guessing it'll be like some 2 to 4, something like that. We're going to let the contractors know if they have questions. He's going to be here. And it's really his kind of update overview of where things are and also things that we may not be doing correctly or maybe things that should be done differently in the future. So,
On that point, let's let him sit up here so they can hear. If somebody's on Zoom,
Sure.
can't hear. If he's back there answering questions, they can't hear.
that's a good idea. Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, moving on. Opening bids. Do we have any bids to open?
Receiving bids for the dust abatement. This is the industries.
Okay, and that is
That's a
for,
new quote? Yeah, for this year.
and it's not formally their bid, but this is their quote, which is for 20 totes. I guess that's a ton per tote.
Yeah.
$1,599 per tote, 31,980 altogether. And
That's
this, yeah.
Yeah, same stuff we used for the past.
Then we've got the
Bid
Works pretty well.
the trash compactor replacement.
okay, thank you. And this is a quote from Leap Genius of North Carolina. And their bid is $29,265. So both of those will be on our next agenda after the administration has a review of them. Okay, moving on, administrative reports. Town administrators report. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I got a question, Max. You have rewrite personnel policy. So are you just like, are you rewriting the whole thing or just taking sections out or because Lisa just,
I found in the file that Lisa had worked on the rewrite.
Yeah.
And I found that, and it doesn't look like that when it went in.
it never got completed?
Okay, well, that's what I was gonna finish, that.
Okay.
There might be some new things that we need to address.
Sure.
I was gonna work from her worksheet.
Okay, got it.
Tying into that, we were on her team for that,
Okay,
Glenn and I.
yeah, okay.
Remember when?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And it was her and Barb and us. So there might be some insight that we know.
There's a bunch of notes on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She must have solicited comments.
It
Part of the committee.
changed, so, by the time you get towards the end, the beginning's changed, everything's changed, so,
okay. Thank you, Max. Anything else, Mike?
no.
Anybody else?
How's Jamie doing learning the treasurer stuff to be able to train?
Sorry.
How's Jamie doing learning the treasurer stuff for the train?
They're working at it.
Okay.
I think though that I might try to get some more resources for revenue measures alongside of what Jamie's doing.
Okay.
And then do you recall a while back when we were talking about kind of what Mike was talking about? Getting a microphone, you had said you looked into
I
that.
have one, I bought one, and I can't make it work. I suggested that I get a hold of Jack Nelson.
Oh, yeah.
I
There you
know
go.
what he does during the fire department meetings. I'm gonna get him over here. I got the microphone.
Okay, so we do have a microphone. We just
Yes, I-
need to get it.
Okay, great, thank you. Any other questions or comments, Matt? Okay, moving on, Public Works Director's report.
I have,
Go ahead.
so Greg took the trees down,
Yep.
over the weekend. So what's gonna happen to the stumps?
They don't need to go.
They're not gonna fall.
So the stumps are, the town, I mean, I was thinking, is the town crew gonna take the stumps out?
They're so close to that foundation, I wouldn't want to.
So you're just gonna leave them as is?
Yeah,
Okay,
they're just big pines, they'll rot during the motion.
okay, good enough.
Any other questions for Pete? Thank you for your report, Pete. Our Supervisor's report.
I went to the dump the other day and they now have the portable square.
Oh,
So I didn't have to run back to the office and swipe, so that's so great. It's gonna help out a lot, cause I was like, oh gosh, if you guys have to do this all summer and run back to the office. But he was like, oh no, this was in the plans the whole time, so.
any other questions or comments on this report? A great report also.
The only thing I would comment on, and maybe Pete knows the answer, are they get, so,
Evan's up there.
You know.
oh, Evan would know the answer, the fluorescent bulbs. So he says that they're done. They got rid of the fluorescent bulbs, but they're still gonna take fluorescent bulbs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to get so many before you get rid of them?
Yeah, so for the 4-foot and 8-foot bulbs, I've been using prepaid recycle packs. You can put about 90 bulbs in a 4-footer and about 25 in an 8-foot box, and then you just ship that out by FedEx, and that goes to Veolia in Port Washington, Wisconsin for recycling. For the smaller fluorescent bulbs, the little curly Q ones, I just did a delivery today in Duluth of those and a variety of other things. And that goes to, they've changed names, but it's a recycling company in Blaine, Minnesota that takes batteries, fluorescent bulbs, smoke detectors, all that other random universal and household hazardous waste for recycling.
Thank you, Evan.
Got it.
Any other questions or comments on Evan's report? Okay, moving on, Airport Manager's report. Planning and Zoning Administrator's report. Okay, Accounting Manager report.
That's what I did.
Okay, nothing on the Accounting Manager's report. And I guess, Alex, we should probably add on the, when we do the agenda, yeah, the manager part. Police Chief's report. And our new officer has started. That,
Yes.
what is his name again?
Alan.
Okay. I didn't see a fire chief's report. No. Okay. You'll follow up, Max. Ambulance director's report. Okay, is there unanimous consent to place these on file?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on, Public Works, Road Stock and Harbor, we have a purchase order for the mower replacement. And that is for $8,899. Is there a motion to approve this purchase order?
Make a motion to approve the mower replacement.
I'll second that discussion.
Okay,
What kind of more is it?
It's a Ferris.
I was just fake.
any other questions? You're gonna be happy with it?
Yeah.
Good, okay. Yeah.
Well, is that?
FERIS?
Yep.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. No other discussion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, we have a purchase order for a curb sweeper attachment in the amount of $7,685. And that's less than the budget, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Looks like
Yeah.
considerably less. Amy, you made a motion to approve that.
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is Parks hiring Fern Landenberger as a campground assistant at $15 an hour, not to exceed 750 hours. And is there a date that that's going to start? Or,
It was. 10. I think it's the 10.
so let's go with the 5th.
Langenberger.
Yeah.
Oh, Langenberger, not Landenberger. Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve that hiring?
I'll make a motion to approve hiring Fern Langenberger for a campground assistant at $15 an hour. Not to exceed 750 hours, starting May 5th.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Sam. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, MRF staffing. Everyone should have gotten a memo from Evan about considering going to a reduced public schedule from December 1st to April 1st of, well, starting December 1st of 2025. Any comments? Any?
I think it's a great idea myself.
I did too. Before I was
And-
totally done.
The only question I would have would be I think Monday would be the day that you'd eliminate. That's my
Probably.
opinion.
Yep.
But like, does anybody talk to the businesses or would the businesses be opposed to it or?
Well, first, I mean, the beach club's not even open on Monday. So, I mean, that cuts out a lot, and, you know, during the winter. Evan?
If I could comment, yeah, so you would think that the beach club would come in on a Monday after being open over the weekend, but I've noticed, you know, they typically don't come in until Wednesday. And the pub, which is the only other business that is bringing in, you know, trash and recycling, they're pretty sporadic since they don't have a lot of rentals going right now. But typically they seem to be coming in on Wednesdays as well. The only other concern would be for contractors, but you know, they can also talk to me or if there's a different supervisor in the future, and we can always arrange to, you know, let them in if they need to dispose of their items. We can, you know, make an appointment. But I don't see that much of an issue in the future.
Okay. I guess we're asking for a motion to authorize cutting Mondays out between December 1st and got the date here.
April.
April 1st.
I would make a motion to exclude Mondays from opening from December 1st to April 1st.
Is there,
Discussion.
okay, is there a second? Second, discussion?
And it would just be what we just talked about, letting the businesses and the contractors know ahead of time, so they weren't surprised to go out there and start making phone calls at us. Just let
So
them know
maybe
ahead of
give it a
time.
week, give it a week or two.
Yeah.
Before we implement.
Just
it.
let them know, or send a letter to each, there's not that many. Send a letter to them and just say, we're gonna be closed on Mondays from now on.
Should we institute that this year, or should we wait till December 1st of 2025?
I would say
Okay.
December 1st of 2025. We only really have a couple weeks before things will start to pick up. The boats are running, the weather's nice. We're going to start to see a lot of these summer cabin owners coming up doing their cabin cleanouts. But yeah, I would think the best time to do it would be, December 1st, and get the word out there that, hey, we're going to start closing on Monday, starting December 1st of 2025. And then everyone has well enough time to prepare for that.
Got it. Thank you, Evan. Can we amend the motion to have it start December 1st of
Of
2025?
2nd,
2025.
the amended.
Amended. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, and thank you, Pete. Moving on, planning and zoning, we have a revised certified survey map for the Hartsel properties. And this has gone through the TPC.
Yes.
And there is nothing out of the ordinary.
No, they basically just moved the road because that's gonna be easement on property, which would affect the setbacks. So they cut the road out so that they won't get easement.
Sounds good. Is there a motion to approve the revised CSM for the Hartsville properties?
I will make a motion to approve the certified survey map as presented for Hartsel project.
I'll second with discussion.
Moved and seconded, discussion?
I just was wondering if somehow we could just have, so I don't have to look it up every time, what it's zoned,
The
what
zoning,
it's zoned.
Oh. Yeah.
Cause whenever we get these, I'm like, oh, I gotta take out the map again and find out where this is. And if it just said what it was zoned, that'd be nice.
thank you, Emmy. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is a first reading of a subdivision request from Robert Hartsel.
I guess this was the one I mostly wanted, but still.
So we're not going to be voting on this tonight, but if anyone has any questions, this would be a great time to raise them, or anytime between now and our next meeting.
I think at the next, so Ed Schaefer created this subdivision application.
Okay.
By the next meeting, we'll have this filled out.
Great. Any immediate questions anyone has?
I'll have to look through it better.
Okay. Moving on. Revisions to ordinance 205. And I did have a conversation this morning with James Price. And he clarified his concerns to me. And I think that we should give him an opportunity to address the town board with his concerns. As I mentioned, he's going to be here on April 21st. I don't know that there's an urgency to have this dealt with before then, but we can certainly discuss it with him then, if not before. So I would like to entertain a motion to postpone this.
I'll make a motion to postpone till then.
Second.
Moved and seconded to postpone till April 21st. Any further discussion?
Well, the only issue is the delinquent.
No, this was the building construction where we are allowed under state law to exclude agricultural buildings, detached structures, And,
But I thought that there was a note from our money lady that said that some of the
That's something
stipend fee, that's different than this.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
Um,
thought it was because of this that they were getting out of it.
no, no. And so really there's just, the real big question is, we don't have to give an exception for these other things like repairs or detached structures. We can, but as I understand it, our current ordinance doesn't exclude those.
Right.
State law allows us to. And Mr. Price would just like the opportunity to address why he thinks that we should, things we should consider as we decide whether or not to exclude those. Okay, any other discussion? We have a motion and second. All in favor of postponing this till April 21st, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, we have treasurer's reports for 2 months, January and December. Does anyone have any questions, or is there a motion to approve these treasurer's
I'll
reports?
make a motion to approve the treasurer's report with a checking account balance of $681,260.38 in December, $677,180.80 in January.
Is there a second?
Oh,
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have an MOU, memorandum of understanding, for, school crisis, venue. If there's some reason that the, school is not, a school building is not safe, that we would have folks, I guess, probably right here.
Do you know who wrote this, who drafted this, or?
It has been, we've had one of these for, they're the past ones are in here as well. So,
The only reason I bring it up is because under agreement on the first page, under number 3, and it said, it shall be noted that the Point Town Hall is regularly used for events. So the way it reads, it's regularly used for events, and I'm thinking, it's a workplace. I mean,
well, it's regularly used for meetings. Maybe we
for
just say that.
meetings.
Yeah, I think rather than events.
Event sounds like a,
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can change that to meetings. Any other discussion? Is there a motion to approve the MOU with that one change?
I'll make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding for school crisis in the town hall.
Second.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, we've got to schedule open book and board of review, and the dates that Steve is looking at would be May 20th at between 2 and 4 for open book. That's not something we have to go to. The board of review, though, is, and that would be his proposal is having it on Tuesday, May 27th, from 4 to 6 p.m. We do have a scheduled town board meeting that day. And so we could simply move the town board meeting to 6 o'clock. Right after
Immediately
the,
following.
immediately following the board of review. Or we can move the town board. Let's, we don't have to decide what we're going to do with the town board
You
meeting.
can also pick a different date too, in that. Like if that day doesn't work, he said to have another alternative.
what day of the week is that?
The
Tuesday.
27th is a Tuesday.
Okay.
Any preferences?
Well, it'd be convenient to have it immediately following, provided we didn't have people at the board of review that were scheduled to talk to us about whatever they're talking.
Well, it's only a 2 hour. We have board of review just for the 2 hours.
Is that set in stone?
Yeah, and then we haven't, if we need to, we have another meeting the next day,
It's fine with me then.
Yeah, we schedule if it has to go to
extra days.
extra.
Yeah. Okay, is there a motion to establish, or to set the open book for May 20th at 2 to 4 PM and the Board of Review for May 27th from 4 to 6 PM?
And we looked at the calendar, that nobody else wants
The room.
the room on that. day.
Kind of far in advance.
Yeah.
You want me to look?
They usually wouldn't on a town board day,
May
right?
20th would be a Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know, would he be ready? On the.
Yeah, okay,
Well, Alex said that the 20th, right?
yeah.
Would we rather do it on the 20th? The, Board of Review.
Isn't that what you said?
The open, they have to be a certain, I think they have to be a week.
Okay, so so the open book is the 20th and then
Right.
the Board of Review is the 27th.
I'll make a motion to authorize Steve to have approve Steve to have the open book on the 20th, May 20th from 2 to 4. And for us to have board review on May 27th from 4 to 6.
Is there a second?
Okay.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, our treasurer has requested that we officially write off some delinquent personal property taxes from 2023 that total $542.28. You'll see that's the three listed in the circle there. Is there a motion to write off these delinquent personal property taxes?
I will make a motion to approve Melissa's
Recommendations?
recommendation that we just close these out.
Is there a second?
I don't understand it, so I'm not.
Okay.
I thought it
Well,
was
there's some-
because of this other thing.
Okay.
It's not worth collecting. They're not paying and she's not gonna go through the,
Collection agent,
right.
being
She's
a
not gonna
collection agent.
process to collect.
And I did talk to Lizzie about this because I was wondering about the other 2 years.
Yeah.
2021, 2022, and she said that she believes that those also were written off during those years.
It's not uncommon, and we've done it in the past. We've written them off because it's just not worth trying to collect.
I'll second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Well, we have rules that if people are delinquent, then they lose their,
Yeah, and so this will be taking them out of delinquency because we will just wipe the slate clean.
so they could get a liquor license or whatever that we give.
Yeah, this would not be against them on that. I
Anyway,
believe.
okay.
Right. And that's what I think happens when you write it off.
Right.
Okay.
Books.
So I reached that.
Yeah, any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $67,442.98.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on, minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the regular town board meeting minutes from February 25th. The town board special meeting minutes from March 3rd. The town board special meeting minutes from March 6th.
I'll second with discussion.
Okay, moved and seconded, discussion.
My only thing would be for Alex, on the March 6th, in that biggest paragraph. It says, but then in the second sentence to the bottom, says, but they can, and I don't understand that, subject to be lowered if needed.
Oh, yeah. So what I think, and I should have mentioned this, that word ceiling, SEALING, should be ceiling like the ceiling of a house. You're welcome. Yeah. And then the only other thing I saw was Gip Matthews. I believe it's just one P. Is that correct? I've seen it just one.
Yeah, I've seen it use one P.
Yeah. Okay, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, emergency services. Do we have anything on that? Don't think so. Liquor, public comment B. Is there any additional public comment? Okay. Liquor licenses.
Yeah.
Not yet. Lawsuits and legal.
There hasn't been a decision yet. Case. Sergeant, there are two claims adjusters working from that.
They're working it out. Do you have any idea, Max, when, does the judge have a time frame that he has to?
And the normal time, the how 30 points.
Oh, okay,
He should be doing something.
okay, great.
Should buy some.
Right away.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Any other questions on lawsuits or legal? Okay, new agenda items for future meetings?
Bid for trash compactor replacement and dust abatement.
Okay, anybody have anything else? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Like that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries, meeting's adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Bye, everyone.